Hi, I'm Foster Wasusik. I teach physics, physical science, and most recently astronomy, which is one of the things impacted by a foundation grant. And what we got is a lot of optics equipment. So we made telescopes, but the big thing we used is spectrometers, which allows students to see exactly what elements are emitting light. So students were able to use it to look at the fluorescent lights and figure out what elements were in those. And we also got some gas emission tubes, and they were able to get a hands-on experience to see what all the different elements kind of look like, because that's what we really do in astronomy, is we can point spectrometers at distant objects and see exactly what is making them up. And it's really helping us actually apply real science skills, because it's not all that different from what actual astronomers are doing, is looking at data from spectrometers. And it was just a really good experience for the kids to be able to see that reality and not just read about it in a textbook.
Hello, Kenyatta Hughes here, principal of Pleasant Ridge Elementary. I am thrilled to stand before you today to celebrate a significant milestone in our school's journey towards inclusivity and accessibility. Thanks to the generous support of the foundation, we have been able to enhance our playground to make it more inclusive and fun for all of our students at Pleasant Ridge. With the foundation's funding, we've been able to introduce a variety of new equipment designed to cater to the diverse needs and interests of our students. From wheelchair accessible equipment to sensory play elements, every child now has the opportunity to fully engage and enjoy their time on the playground. This initiative wasn't just about installing new equipment, it was about fostering a sense of belonging and acceptance among our students. By providing an inclusive environment where every child feels valued and included, we're not only enriching their playtime experience, but also laying the foundation for a more inclusive society. We want to express our heartfelt gratitude to the foundation and our wider community for their unwavering support. Together, we've made a tangible difference in the lives of our students, and I am excited to see the joy, excitement, and overall positive impact that this new playground experience continues to bring. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Shauna Hendricks, a parent in the community. One of the reasons that I wrote this grant was because I had multiple friends from around the country actually come to me and recommend Dr. Lithcott-Hames and her presentation. As soon as I heard the presentation, my wheels started turning. How was I going to get her to come to our Saline community to make it happen? I consider myself a lifelong learner, and any opportunity I have to be able to hear suggestions about how to raise our children in the world today, I am happy to listen. So again, when these recommendations came to me, I really wanted to bring it to our community, especially in the world we live in today. Her book, How to Raise an Adult, was very intriguing to me. I feel that the world we live in is full of a lot of pressures, and these pressures are even double and triple what we had growing up. Our children feel the pressure to get into the right school. They feel the pressure to be in the right classes. They feel the pressure to make the right sports teams. And as parents, I think that we tend to, quote unquote, help our kids by trying to take things off their plate so they don't get overwhelmed. What I learned from Dr. Lithcott-Hames is this idea of overparenting actually does more harm than good, even though we think that we're really helping our kids. We're preventing them from developing the resiliency and the independence needed to actually thrive as an adult.
Hi, my name is Joanna Merkowitz. I teach first grade at Harvest Elementary School. And I recently had the opportunity to attend the How to Raise an Adult event with a number of my colleagues. And we had a lot of takeaways, both as teachers and as parents. But from the educator side of things, we really loved a few things that Julie hit home on. Julie really shared her expertise and talked with us about the importance of creating learning opportunities for kids. The idea that kids need to practice things over and over, that mistakes are part of that learning, that as educators we can model for kids how to do a skill, then we can watch the child, kind of hold their hand, nudge them along a little with a skill, and that ultimately we want kids to be able to independently practice that skill. And it's through the mistakes and the practice that kids get better at things, whether they're social skills or their academic skills. Julie also really talked about the importance of free play with children, that kids just need a lot of opportunities to play. And it's through those opportunities and experiences that they really grow and learn how to interact as human beings.
My name is Lindsay Stetson and I am a Saline parent. First, I'd like to say thank you to the Foundation for Saline Area Schools for introducing us to this amazing book, How to Raise an Adult, and for bringing Julie Lithcott-Hames to our community. The title, How to Raise an Adult, has really stuck with me in the days and weeks since I first picked up the book. And I found myself using it as a bit of a mantra. I find myself sitting on my hands sometimes or biting my tongue and thinking, okay, I'm not trying to raise children, I'm trying to raise an adult. And that has been super powerful for me as a parent because I think I, like many in the community, think about raising kids, raising good kids, raising kids who are happy and healthy, who don't have too many struggles in life, but really, we're raising adults. That has been so powerful to think about since reading Julie's book. It was really refreshing to hear her talk about her own challenges as a parent when she came to visit us here in Saline. She didn't do it perfectly. There were a lot of bumps in the road. She didn't always take her own advice. Her kids did not necessarily follow the path that she hoped that they would follow. And hearing that from her, while also hearing her advice about letting kids try, letting kids fail, I think the thing for me that I've really sat with and that I continue to think about in my parenting, and I hope that others took from the presentation, was we need to let our kids try. We need to let them make mistakes. We need to let them scrape their knees. What they need from us is support, unconditional love, and resources. And resources doesn't necessarily mean money, it means a soft landing place. It means the tools and knowledge needed to form that resilience that will allow them to go out in the world and be successful, whatever that means for them, maybe not what it means for us. So thank you so much to the Foundation for bringing Julie. Her book and her talk were truly transformative. I have thought about her words every day since going to her presentation, and I really appreciate the Foundation for bringing that gift to our community.
Helping those of us who need to overcome our overparenting techniques to the extent we have them and raise kids who can make their own way in this world with confidence, with their mental health intact, who can absolutely thrive out there in the world, who will make you proud and ultimately be able to take care of you in your elder years one day.
Hi, Foundation and supporters. I am just here, I guess, to close the video, and I'm so glad you asked me. I'm so thankful for all the grants that I've received over the years. Science is doing, and sometimes the things that kids struggle with in science are concepts that are invisible or too small or things that don't involve doing. And so the Foundation I've only been here, I think I've got 3 grants over the last 6 years or so. Every single one is just going to elevate or has already elevated my students' learning. And it just makes kids want to be in the room. I mean, as much as we want to think they all want to be in the room all the time, I mean, sometimes school's boring. And this is a way for kids to experience school and to apply it to their life. And so all the grants have elevated our experience, and I'm really thankful for that. So in Biology A, one of the things that we talk about is macromolecules and how enzymes work in the body and work to break things down. And so my favorite in biology, when I was When I was a child, I remember biology, one of my favorite lessons with Mrs. Frank, Adrian High School, was talking about how starch is broken down into glucose using salivary amylase in your spit. So the grant that I applied for is a spectrometer. But what I can do with that is I can use actually a dye or like an indicator stain. And what we can do is we can have kids chew starch and then spit it out. Here, I'll demonstrate. This one, the snack. Let me just give it. There's some starch in this snack. It's really crumbly though. It's cheese flavored. Anyway, I'm just gonna chew it for like 15 minutes and then I'm gonna spit it in a vial and then we can see my amylase break down, so. I'm gonna go spit it out. And then I would just add a chemical to it. You really didn't need me to chew that, but I do. This is a good snack. And then I just add a chemical to it and run a light through it, and I can see my enzymes at work. What kid wouldn't want to do that? Every kid would want to do that. And I'm thankful that the foundation made it work. We talk about kids nowadays. Kids nowadays are awesome, and it's situations like this with the foundation, providing supports that are gonna make kids these days excited to come to school. And I don't really think we have anything to worry about. We're in good hands.